If you're in a relationship, chances are you know a lot about your partner because you spend so much time with them. And some people like to take it to the next level and think that because they're in a relationship, they are now an expert on every relationship. Sure, they might not know their girlfriend's birthday or the color of her eyes, but they're in a relationship, so they know what they're talking about. I say this all to say that as an engineer, I spend a lot of time at a desk. And so naturally, I'm an expert when it comes to desk. And in this video, this desk expert is going to take a look at a bunch of desk setups on the Workspaces subreddit and offer my expert opinion. Also, before this video starts, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It doesn't really do anything for you, but it helps me out a lot. So thanks if you do that. All right, desk setup number 1. I like it. It's very minimal, it's very clean. I'm seeing a trackpad for the main mouse, and then I do see a real mouse, but it's an Apple mouse, which that's a little concerning. If the Apple mouse is your main mouse, that is an absolute disregard for ergonomics. And so I will be taking off a few points. However, it is an adjustable desk, as we can see in the bottom right corner. And that's a nice looking chair, so we'll give you the points back for ergonomics. I like that it's simplistic with a little bit of a touch of personality there with the characters. And to really complete this look, you can tell that they get to spend all their time at this corporate job with a beautiful view of another brick building. Absolutely soul crushing. I think this is a clean setup. I just give it a very, very solid 8 out of 10. All right, desk setup number 2 is insane. What the fuck? That is so many screens. Is that a screen on top? Yeah, holy shit. Why do you have this many screens? I also like that you have this beautiful greenery outside, but you just have so many screens indoors that you'll never even get a chance to look outside. I do see a coaster, which I'm a fan of. Always like, you know, making sure there's no water stains. Another ergonomic standing desk here. Oh, and I think we have, yeah, down there, you got a little footstool. That is very underrated. I don't know what your guys' setup is, but that is a must. Bonus points for you. There's also this different angle. I do like the plant in the back. I like the dim lighting. It's just a lot of screens, you know? Like, it's cool, but is it practical? I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe their favorite video game is like Jet Flying Simulator, and maybe you need this setup. But for just a practical setup, I don't think you need all of this. Respectfully, 6.5 out of 10. Sometimes less is more. Also, it does slightly bother me that it's not centered with the pictures on the back. That's not, it doesn't sit right with me. Okay, I know I did say less is more, but sometimes less is just less. This is cool. I mean, they have an Xbox back there, as you can see. Honestly, these are the essentials. You don't need too much more. You got your computer and you got your bigger display that's elevated for an ergonomic point of view. There's not much more you can ask for, except an external keyboard. I've been editing and working off a Mac keyboard for the past like 5 years. And while it does work, I've recently started using an external keyboard and a docking station to edit off of my Mac onto a bigger screen. And it makes a world of a difference. You can get away with just using your laptop's keyboard, but I highly recommend investing in the external keyboard. I do love the giant, like, all-table mouse pad. The blue underglow is cool, I guess, if you're into that. I mean, it does look like if you rub your desk 3 times, a genie will pop out, but it's simple, it's clean. Besides the keyboard, it works. 8 out of 10. I also do like in the original post, they titled it My Workspace from Brazil, even though Brazil is not relevant to the setup at all. It's just a weird flex. They're like, yeah, I got a little setup, you know, something light, but it's in Brazil. So that's like when guys on dating apps with no personality are like, but I'm 6 foot. It's like, yeah, but you're still you. I don't care if you're 6 foot or from Brazil, you're still boring. No way. No way. You're using a recliner? No shot. Is that just a trackpad on your keyboard? Oh, what the hell? Bro, I don't know who's gonna have more wrist problems, the fucking piano child prodigy or you. That is an absolute disservice to your body. Yeah, your back is thankful, but your wrists are gonna be as brittle as fucking toffee by the end of one session. I mean, it's cool if you're just watching movies, but to get like any real work done, bro, you gotta be in pain. This is titled Simplicity. I really like it. I mean, it's just very tasteful. You got some personality with the mouse pad, the pop of color with the plant, the wooden coaster. Outside of the keyboard, I mean, perfect wire management. I personally like a double monitor setup, so if you could just add one more monitor, this is perfect to me. But it's simple, but it works. I gave this a 9 out of 10. I would probably add that bar of support for your keyboard and your mouse, so you have something to rest your wrist on, but besides that, no, it's a 9 out of 10, man. I think you can kind of tell there's a window to the right. No, this is good. This is very... No, I like it. All right, what is going on here? Holy shit. God, okay, I count 3 phones, and then one of them's like mirrored on your screen. One of those just insane mice. I don't even know what you call these things. A little running to-do list, maybe? Obviously a programmer, as you can see. And then, yeah, the coffee mug that says, I turn coffee into iOS apps. That is probably the coolest thing I've ever read. I love the wood finish on this setup. I love the elevated desktop up there with the light. That's cool. Kind of a deconstructed phone up there. Oh, so really, yeah, I guess there's 4 phones in this picture. Well, they got a Stream Deck right there. Oh yeah, and then they got the little high-def picture of whatever that little gadget is. Wait, is that a... Hold on. Is that another screen right there? No shot. Oh my god. Alright, that's... Well, it's... it's a little screen heavy. This is a cool setup. You know, honestly, I'll give this one a 10 out of 10. It's not my style, you know? But they did say it's an iOS development and live streaming setup, which makes sense why there's so many iPhones and, you know, an iPad connected there. It all checks out. It's just not my speed, you know? But it's great for what it's used for. 10 out of 10. What can I say? Well, like 10 out of 10. I just said it. And I said everything I could have. That's what I can say. Okay. Oh, this is sick. Oh, I really like this. This is a very warm setup. I love how big the desk is. There's a lot going on here. Yeah, I love the incorporation of the plants, the view of outside. The rug even looks very nice. I love this mini setup over here just chilling. I don't know if it's their setup or maybe a partner's or friends, you know. Love this little board that they made. Yeah, I love the warmness of the colors and the plants. You know what? I'll give it a 10 out of 10. This is a good setup. All right, well, with 2 10 out of 10s in a row, I knew we were due for something like this. What in the dystopian society is this shit, man? What? It says engineer setup. Yeah, we wonder why engineers are so sad, and then they put themselves in setups like this, and we're like, no, the signs were there. What is this? Has minimalism gone too far? This is sad. I don't like looking at this. This makes me upset. Besides the tabletop, everything is black and white. You're just in a corner. You can see the patched up hole in the wall from when they punched it because their code wouldn't compile. This is just, I hate this. 2 out of 10? Also, everything's so weirdly disproportional. Like, why is this mouse pad so big? I also like that there's a calculator right here, even though you fully have a tablet and a computer right above it. The more you look at this setup, the more cursed it is. I don't know what it is. I mean, it gets the job done. It's just the quality of life on this thing, I don't know. It's not for me. I want to stop looking at it. Let's move on. I'm sorry, what the hell is this? What the hell? Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screens on the main setup, and then an 8th screen for some testing thing on the right. What? There's so much going on. I don't even want to break this down. There's just so much. I'm just going to move on. God, that's a lot. Okay, what? This looks like the backdrop of an anonymous video, you know? This looks like the backdrop of some supervillain that's telling you what the ransom is. This is terrifying. This is some shit I would see in a nightmare. I mean, great screen, but it scares me, man. I don't know. You ever see that movie Monster House? This guy looks like Monster Computer, you know, with the 2 eyes and the giant mouth right there. This is kind of evil. I'll give this one like a 5 out of 10. I don't know. It's not my speed. Oh, whoa, this is cool. This is like the perfect setup in my eyes. Adjustable desk. It's got the pad for the keyboard, pad for the mouse. A big enough setup to where you can have 2 displays on it. A camera up top. Looks like a good chair. Wireless headphones. A little touch of personality in the back. I really think this has it all. This is a nice, clean setup. It's even probably a little too minimal for me, but I like it. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It's probably personally a 9 out of 10, but I think it deserves a 10 out of 10. You know, I have to say, as an expert on desk, I thought I was going to be really critical going into this. But honestly, most of these setups would be a pleasure to work with. Yeah, I like the vibe of most of these. You know, they were very minimal, very tasteful. Nothing was over the top, you know? Well, except for this one. I think this is one of those classic cases where someone was so focused on if they could that they didn't stop to ask themselves if they should. You know?